right now in Canada, we've just released something called Bill C-9, Bill C-22, and Bill C-34. And what this is going to do is going to censor freedom of speech. It's going to censor freedom of religion. If you preach the Bible in Canada, preach certain verses of the Bible in public, you can get arrested for that. In America, that would never happen because you have something called freedom of religion in America, which means one nation under God, right? On the back of American coins, it says, "In God we trust." Do you know why it says on the back of their money? Because America is one nation under God. But over here in Canada, we decided to censor Christians and Catholics. And this is the reason why I say Canada has become the 51st state. Because all the problems that we are facing as we speak, they're just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, criminals have been breaking the law and getting away with it. We're seeing home invasions. We are seeing shootings, robberies, assaults all over the place in Canada. And these criminals face no accountability, right? They face nothing. This is the reason why I said when I become mayor of Windsor, I will drain the swamp because we cannot allow these criminals to keep getting away with breaking the law. It is time for justice to be served. It does not matter where it's at in the world. Criminals destroy communities, criminals destroy families, they destroy lives, and they should not be allowed to walk the same streets as innocent citizens. The reason why we need better in our world is because when you have problems like this that keep occurring, and the government, they simply don't care. They simply do not care. Mark Carney is the devil in disguise. And this guy is so corrupt. He has destroyed Canada single-handedly. It's funny how he always points the finger at somebody else when he never wants to admit the failures that he's done. Same as Justin Trudeau, right? Trudeau. These people have failed Canada so miserably. What they do is they try to blame somebody else for all the mistakes they've made. And this is the reason why I say Canada is going to fail really, really, really bad going into the future. And the reason why is because we don't have a government that knows what they are doing. This government is so corrupt. They failed so miserably. They can't even hold themselves to their accountability. You know, what they do is, again, blame somebody else, right? And the funniest thing about Doug Ford, Drew Dawkins, Mark Carney, all these politicians, man, they're all the same. And now we're finding out that 2020 was all a scam, right? The whole plandemic, right? Remember that plandemic? Yeah. The American government just exposed this entire thing. Dr. Anthony Fauci is facing accountability right now for what happened. You know why he's facing accountability? Because it was found out that this was all a lie. And people were manipulated. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem with our society, right? This is one of the main problems. But, ladies and gentlemen, the future is brighter than ever. We have to fight and fight and fight. If we want a better future, a better society, and overall, if we want to make Windsor great again, then we have to be willing to do whatever it takes to fight against the system. Because when you have politicians that are so corrupt, that take bribes, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Drew Dawkins, this guy literally took a check from Olivia Chow to bring people to Windsor and destroy our community, all these criminals, right? And now we're seeing the problems occurring in Windsor that we should not be facing because of the bald-headed bandit himself. Drew Dawkins is nothing more than a failure. And there's a reason why I will make Windsor great again. There's a reason why I am fighting for the future of this city. Because Windsor needs real leadership. And when you have somebody that has failed so miserably, it's laughable. You have to fight, fight, fight. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I've been through a lot of things. I've gotten death threats, all that kind of stuff, right? But that doesn't stop me doing from what I'm doing, does it? No. Because I have a vision. And my vision is to make Windsor the next New York. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Fighting for mayor takes a lot, right? But going for the whole leader of the country, that is something I might do in the future. I'm not 100% sure if I want to get there in just the next couple of years, but overall, becoming the next mayor of Windsor is a very important step going into the future because Windsor needs better leadership. This city is suffering and being destroyed from the inside, from stupid people that do not care for the overall future of our beautiful city. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, when I make Windsor great again, when I grow this city with economic growth, and I am talking about jobs, and I mean thousands of jobs, skyscrapers, industry jobs, manufacturing jobs, this city will be booming at record high numbers. And again, that is something that Drew Dawkins could not accomplish in the last 12 years. And that is something that I will accomplish in 12 months. Because when you have a vision, you stick to it. I promise to make Windsor the next New York, and that's exactly what I'm going to do when I'm elected and I'm inaugurated the next mayor of Windsor. People always say that oh, you're just Donald Trump of Canada, want to be Donald Trump this, want to be Donald Trump that. Donald Trump inspired me to run for mayor of Windsor. Donald Trump is the reason why I'm saying God bless you so much, because Donald Trump showed me that God exists in the world. And people that hate, people that believe what the news says. I mean, you people are so brainwashed to believe what the news tells you. It's propaganda. That's all the news is. No matter if it's CBC, no matter if it's CNN, it's all propaganda. And this is the problem with the news media. They don't tell the truth. They always lie. And they lied about everybody. They lied about everybody. And they don't care what they say, right? It's all about deception and misinformation. And that's why I always call it the news media, right? I mean, they want to talk about Epstein this, Epstein that, but they don't talk about Mark Carney and Justin Trudeau being involved with Epstein, right? No. They'll never bring that up, right? They'll never talk about Justin Trudeau messing around with an underage student when he's a substitute teacher, right? Drama teacher. They'll never tell you about any of that kind of stuff, right? No, they'll never tell you about any of that, right? No, what they tell you about is Trump and the tariffs, the Gordie Howe Bridge, and blah, 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 blah. The reason why Canada's in a recession is because Mark Carney does not know what he's doing, and Justin Trudeau already created the path of failure, right? Mark Carney followed in his suit to destroy the rest of the country. But the reason why Canada looks how it looks is because of our leadership. It's because they failed so miserably. And the only way Canada will ever get better is joining America and becoming the 51st state. Ladies and gentlemen, we need self-defense rights. We need freedom of speech. We need freedom of religion. And more importantly, the Canadian youth needs a chance to get ahead. So when I make Windsor great again,